This video is an overview of the Model Code of Ethics for Educators from the National Association of State Directors of Teacher Education Certification. The Model Code of Ethics consists of 5 principles that define ethical behavior, ethical best practice, and ethical responsibilities held in common by P12 educators. The Model Code of Ethics principles broadly define critical dimensions of ethical practice expected of the professional educator. Each principle is followed by performance indicators that more specifically define aspects within each principle. This graphic shows the 5 principles. On the outside is the responsibility to the profession, which encompasses all of the rest. Also included are responsibility to the school community, responsibility to students, responsibility to professional competence, and the ethical use of technology. Principle 1 is responsibility to the profession. The professional educator is aware that trust in the profession depends upon a level of professional conduct and responsibility that may be higher than required by law. This entails holding one and other educators to the same ethical standards. Responsibility to the profession encompasses the following ideas. The professional educator demonstrates responsibility to oneself as an ethical professional. The professional educator fulfills the obligation to address and attempt to resolve ethical issues. The professional educator promotes and advances the profession within and beyond the school community. Principle 2 is responsibility for professional competence. The professional educator is committed to the highest levels of professional ethical practice, including demonstration of the knowledge, skills, and dispositions required for professional competence. Responsibility for professional competence includes the following ideas. The professional educator demonstrates commitment to high standards of practice. The professional educator demonstrates responsible use of data, materials, research, and assessment. The professional educator acts in the best interest of all students. The third principle is responsibility to students. The professional educator has a primary obligation to treat students with dignity and respect. The professional educator promotes the health, safety, and well-being of students by establishing and maintaining appropriate verbal, physical, emotional, and social boundaries. Responsibility to students includes the following ideas. The professional educator respects the rights and dignity of students. The professional educator demonstrates an ethic of care. The professional educator maintains student trust and confidentiality when interacting with students in a developmentally appropriate manner and within appropriate limits. Principle 4 is responsibility to the school community. The professional educator promotes positive relationships and effective interactions with members of the school community while maintaining professional boundaries. Responsibility to the school community includes the following. The professional educator promotes effective and appropriate relationships with parents and guardians. The professional educator promotes effective and appropriate relationships with colleagues. The professional educator promotes effective and appropriate relationships with the community and other stakeholders. The professional educator promotes effective and appropriate relationships with employers. The professional educator understands the problematic nature of multiple relationships. Principle 5 is the responsible and ethical use of technology. The professional educator considers the impact of consuming, creating, distributing, and communicating information through all technologies. The ethical educator is vigilant to ensure appropriate boundaries of time, place, and role are maintained when using electronic communication. The responsible and ethical use of technology includes the professional educator uses technology in a responsible manner. The professional educator ensures students' safety and well-being when using technology. The professional educator maintains confidentiality in the use of technology. and the professional educator promotes the appropriate use of technology in educational settings. For more information on the Model Code of Ethics for Educators, visit NASDTEC at www.nasdtec.net.